Founders, we know you love your product, but it's time to get obsessed with distribution.
Uncapped Notes is a series produced by Hustle Fund designed for first-time founders.
Follow us on socials and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Welcome to Uncapped Notes, where we demystify venture capital and the startup ecosystem. Thanks for being here and hope that you subscribe. My name is Eric and I am the co-founder of Hustle Fund.
And I'm Janelle, the head of partnerships at Hustle Fund.
So Janelle, there's something that I think about a lot, which is a tweet that was made by a guy named Justin Can many years ago. Are you familiar with Justin?
Not personally, but because of this tweet, I am.
So for those first-time founders out there listening, Justin Can is one of the co-founders of Twitch, which is a streaming company that was acquired by Amazon. And about 4 years ago, he wrote the following tweet, which is that first-time founders are obsessed with product and second-time founders are obsessed with distribution. Do you have any sense of what this means, Chanel?
I think what this tweet is saying is stop being so obsessed about your product and start thinking about how you're going to actually bring it to market.
So I was a first-time founder many years ago. Back in 2005, I started an education tech company. And I was obsessed by this one book that became popular in the mid-2000s called The Purple Cow, which is a book by Seth Godin, who's a great marketing writer. And he talked about how, don't worry about marketing and distribution, just build a product that naturally goes viral. But as the years have passed, I've come to believe that this is actually the wrong advice.
Right. How do you know what's going to go viral? How do you really differentiate yourself? There's ways to do it, but how do you know ahead of time?
Where we've landed as venture capitalists at Hustle Fund is this idea that you can't assume that things are ever going to go viral or even sustain its virality. This market just seems to grow faster and faster, and attention is waning and waning when it comes to users of your products in the business or the consumer mindset. So this notion of distribution is, for me, the idea that I like to back founders who are as excited about marketing channels, customer acquisition, sustained growth, perhaps even slightly more so than the product that they are building. Because if you're serious about building a going concern where eventually more money comes in than leaves, you need to be focused on building a machine to allow you to grow your business sustainably and not rely on just pure virality.
So Eric, when you are being pitched by a founder, what do you look for from founders to see if they have distribution nailed?
The earlier that you go as a venture capitalist, the harder it is to actually understand whether the right mentality exists when it comes to distribution with these founders. Now, let's start with the later stages. If you're a mature founder, let's call it Series B and beyond, the evidence should already be there. At that point, you should have a pretty big team that's doing demand generation, performance marketing. You should see evidence of, how much you spend with advertising in return from those ads, ROAS, and cost per acquisition, and so forth. But in the beginning, when you're just getting started, it's a little bit murky in terms of trying to understand distribution. So the things that I like to see are strong hypotheses of what channels you'd like to invest in to grow your marketing and grow your business, and any early evidence of traction that you can demonstrate even on day one. And I have to say, Janelle, if you're a day one founder, there's still ways to validate your market.
Any examples of founders you've seen come into a pitch with this dialed?
Yeah. In fact, you see more evidence of this in certain sectors like SaaS, software as a service, where there's subscriptions. I see increasingly more founders who are able to sell before they're actually starting to build. So let me actually share what this means. Let's pretend that you have a founder, Janelle. She's going to be an amazing founder, obviously, but she may not have very much product built, but it's possible that she actually does have contracts in place. I've seen founders like Janelle who go to prospective buyers, line up letters of intent, even line up signed contracts with money given to them before they have even started to build any product at all. So this is something that I did as a founder, actually, Janelle, which is I wanted to create a SaaS product in my education tech company years ago. And what I did was I shared an overview of what the product was ultimately going to look like. I had all the mock-ups in place, and I said, I only want to start with 6 clients right now. Each of you, though, needs to pay me $80,000 up front if you want to hold your seat, and I'll deliver this product to you in the next 6 months. It worked. And actually, founders continue to do this to this day. That's a smarter way of starting a company, Janelle, to validate that the market demand is there before you expend any effort, put any fingers to the keys to begin building the product.
Okay, Eric, let's see if I can summarize this for the founders. So, we're not talking about that movie from the 80s, Field of Dreams, where if you build it, they will come. We want founders to build the product, yes, but be building distribution in tandem while they're building the product and find the customers before they're even reaching out to venture capitalists.
I think you nailed it, which is, when you're getting ready to go out and fundraise and pitch, especially in this environment. So right now we're talking the summer of 2022. There's a lot of volatility in the market. It's not as easy to raise capital from venture capitalists in this current moment. You can't just have a fascinating idea and product and get away with that to raise your capital. You also need to show some more validation when it comes to the distribution. Strong thesis on what channels you think you want to test and where you think you're going to be able to win. And even better, early contracts, letters of intent, or even some revenue to show that the market demand is there and it's all on me to just execute. All I need is a little bit of capital to get going.
All right, founders, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment about what you would like to hear covered in Uncapped Notes.